honor the 17 victims of the massacre at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, and to address this scourge of gun violence that's racking the nation. What I'd like to do first is to read the names of the victims in Parkland and ask for a moment of silence afterwards. Jamie Gutenberg, who was 14. Jamie Gutenberg is one of the victims in Parkland. Gina Montalto, also 14. Meadow Pollock, 18. Nick Durrett, 17. Carol Loughran, 14. Martin Duque, 14. Alyssa Al-Hadaf, 15. Joaquin Oliver, 17. Alex Schachter, 14. Elena Petty, 14. Peter Wang, 15. Luke Hoyer, 15. Helena Ramsey, 17. Carmen Schentrup, 16. And 3 adult teachers, Scott Beagle, Aaron Feiss, and Chris Hickson. Can we just take a moment in their memory? Thank you. Our first speaker is Shawna Williams, who is a senior at Benicia High School.
Sorry, I'm short. Okay. Sorry. When I heard about what happened in Florida, I wasn't surprised. To be completely honest with you, I looked over at my grandma and said, again, we should not be used to the fact that children are dying at school, a place students go to learn. No one should be scared that their school might be the next one on the news. Since Parkland, students all over the country have been demanding that lawmakers do something, and I think they're finally starting to listen. Mike Thompson, our U.S. representative for California's 5th Congressional District and the chairman of the House Gun Violence Prevention Task Force, held a town hall meeting in Vallejo a month ago, and another one here in Benicia just last week. During these town hall meetings, he explained what he and his task force are doing to stop gun violence. They're calling for stricter background checks. This bill has been revised and edited for 5.5 years, and as much as I appreciate and respect Mike Thompson and his team, it simply is not enough.
Yeah.
They first drafted the bill after the massacre at Sandy Hook. Since then, more than 400 people have died from mass shootings alone, and we haven't seen any other action to prevent gun violence. We need change now, and if the people in charge won't stand up, then we will. For instance, background checks today do not include the history of someone with a mental illness. If we made them stricter, it will make it harder for the mentally ill to receive a gun, and that could potentially save lives. President Trump seems to agree with this idea, yet he reversed a bill created by the Obama administration that would make it harder for the mentally ill to obtain a gun. Not only are there about 450 million people in the world with a mental illness, but most of these people go untreated. I believe that if we changed our outlook on the mentally ill, or knew what signs to look for, then we would gain a better understanding, and maybe they would be more willing to reach out. The first big step to achieving this is by allowing the CDC to do research on gun violence. The CDC, although named the Center for Disease Control, does not only study disease. It is a public health organization, and gun violence is a public health problem and should be treated as such. But lawmakers tell us that stricter background checks or funding for CDC won't happen, or it could happen but will take time. We don't have time. We need something now. So let's start simple with a law raising the age to purchase a gun to 21. Statistics show that most school shooters are between the ages of 17 to 19 years old. It terrifies me that I can go into a store and buy any gun I want. What 18-year-old needs a gun, let alone a weapon of war? We've seen what semi-automatic rifles can do, so why are they still being sold? Is it because the NRA needs money? I wish the answer was no. But the NRA has been clear that their right to bear arms outweighs our right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And what does the right to bear arms mean? It is described as a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Well-regulated militia literally means properly governed military force. This made sense in 1776 when our country used its citizens as its very own military force. But it's 2018 now, and we don't need civilians as young as 18 carrying dangerous weapons of war. Furthermore, when the Second Amendment was written, it was with regard to muskets, which could take as long as a minute, if not longer, to reload and shoot. Today, when we have easily accessible semi-automatic guns that can shoot at rapid fire given the appropriate features, the Second Amendment's definition just isn't accurate in today's society. I urge everyone to reach out to your state and local representatives. Let them know where you stand on this vital issue. We do not need people in office that will take money from corporations with a specific agenda over our right to live. This November, it is imperative that anyone of voting age gets out and votes to elect like-minded individuals. Too many lives have been lost, and now together we say, never again.